Hello, namaste. Good morning to you. Thank you for coming to learn about chanting. My name is Malini Devi Dasi. I'm a Bhakti yoga practitioner for about 35 years, not 25, 35 years. The main practice in Bhakti yoga is chanting the maha-mantra. So I made a vow in my 20s to chant the maha-mantra. Why? Because when I tried it on, I had a really profound experience, an experience that gave me the impression of finally arriving home, finally getting the nectar for which I had been always anxious all my life. All my life, I was looking, like we all do, I was looking for certain experience inside. And no matter the traveling I did, the vacation I had, the money in the bank, beautiful house, a beautiful partner, that experience wasn't manifesting in my life until I started chanting. And I still remember that experience, and I can say that every day of my life for the last 35 years, that haven't felt me. And life happened. It's not like life stopped. It happened to me when I started practicing Bhakti yoga, like something that everybody else, the ups and downs, the difficulties, the challenges, the interpersonal, financial, health-wise, all of it. Still, because of the chanting, because of my practice, I was able to go through all those experiences without getting damaged or bound down or stopped in my evolution and even being able to find gratitude and even happiness in all those challenges. So today I'm going to introduce you to the main practice and the main practice of Bhakti yoga, which is mantra chanting. If you don't know, the word mantra is a Sanskrit word. And that Sanskrit word means man means the mind, and tra means to extricate, triate, to free. So a mantra is anything that can free our mind from the constant bombarding of different thought processes that sometimes torture us, sometimes enliven us, however, that tend to kind of never stop. So with a mantra, we get to, by practicing mantra chanting, to little by little control our mind and refocus our mind to the purpose of human life. And there is many mantras. In the Vedas, there is many mantras. In so many practices, there is so many mantras. And there is one mantra called the maha-mantra. Maha means great. And mantra, against a great way to deliver the mind. And it's a universal mantra. Many mantras from the Vedas, they require a certain qualification, a certain type of environment, a certain sitting position. And in order to lead to perfection, in order to really reap the value of chanting the mantra. With a universal mantra, with a maha-mantra, such a thing is not there. I can chant when I drive my car, I can chant, I can sing, I can chant on beats, I can chant in my mind, I can chant while doing the dishes, I can listen to it. The effect is always there, regardless the circumstance, regardless the environment, regardless of my state of mind. I notice in my life, when I'm agitated by something, something doesn't go the way I want it to go because still I'm trying to control. So sometimes things don't go the way I want it to go. And I have learned to turn to my practice. So I go for a walk. I go for a walk. And after 30 minutes of walking and chanting this mantra, all my problems go away. And often, too, what's extraordinary is that I'm feeling very clear about how to move forward. So I want to encourage you to try it on, maybe for a week, chant this mantra, There's no rule and regulation to chanting it. The mantra is comprised of 3 words, and it's organized in it's organized. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So it's organized in a certain way that I will show you later. And so 3 words: Hare Krishna Ram. 3 words. 1, Hare is energy. Everything is energy around us. It's energy of God. It's the energy of love. Ladini Shakti. Ladini means the love energy, the bliss energy. And Shakti means energy. So Ladini Shakti, Hare. And Krishna means all attractive. We all have attractive potencies, abilities, qualities. I have my attractive qualities. You have your attractive qualities. Everyone here have attractive qualities. For some, it's our beauty. So for some, it's our generosity. For some, it may be our richness. For some, it's our renunciation, or because we are famous. We all have these different attractive propensities. And Krishna is the reservoir of all. And he is all attractive. That means he has all those attractive qualities in full. Because I may be attractive in some ways, but I'm not like fully beautiful or fully wealthy or renounced like that. But Krishna, he has all of it. So it's the most attractive. And everyone all over the world chant his name, really. Maybe they don't know Krishna, but they say different name of God, like Allah, Jehovah, Adonai, Elohim, so many names of God. And then Rama means the reservoir of all pleasure. We are Ananda Maya-Bhyasat. We are all pleasure-seeking entities. I want pleasure, you want pleasure, we all want pleasure. And we have a tendency to look for pleasure in places where there is very small amount of pleasure and in places where it's temporary. So all our pleasure are temporary. And that's frustrating, because even if we have like the best meal that we can imagine to pleasure our tongue, the meal have a beginning, the meal have an end. Finished, over. Even if I have a great memory maybe, but the pleasure from the meal is gone. Same thing with any pleasure, the pleasure of buying something. I buy it, I have it for a while. Children are like that. They want something so bad. And then we give it to them and they're excited. And then, the magic of it disappears very quickly. So it's like pleasure. Pleasure may be there. We may find some, but then the pleasure, the beginning and the end. And then in a sense, is that really pleasure if it ends? So Rama is a reservoir for pleasure without end. It's a reservoir. It's like we can seek pleasure like we seek water in the desert. We dig holes and we climb trees and we have one drop of pleasure there and there and there. But our real thirst, I'm French, sorry. Our very thirst inside, that yearning of our heart is never quenched. So imagine that someone come and say, here, I have a full citerns, gallons and gallons and gallons of water. Please stop digging. Please stop scratching the trees to find drop of water. Come and drink here. So that's Rama, the reservoir of all pleasure. And if we just plug in that reservoir of all pleasure, then we have unending pleasure. Everlasting pleasure, because our nature is Satchit Ananda. By nature, we are blissful inside. So the maha-mantra brings us back to that eternal constitutional position. The maha-mantra brings us back. Also, it's Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So don't be surprised when you start chanting. Maybe you will chant. Some of you here are going to chant for a while and then discover things come up. Because Cheto Darpana Marjanam, this is also a transformative process. So it tends to bring to the surface things that are not always comfortable. And because in order to really tap into the quality of our soul, we need to clear up all the statics, all what's in the way. So the sound vibration of the maha-mantra resonates with the deepest part of ourselves. It's the song of our soul. It resonates with our true being. And of course, our body, our mind, our conditioning in this lifetime and many lifetimes is kind of not aligned with necessarily with the core of our being. So as we chant, a lot of purification, a lot of transformation happen. And sometimes it's not that comfortable. And at the same time, it's a proof that it's very powerful. And so it's two track. As we chant, we feel more and more relief from the fire of conditioned life, of wanting and anchoring and lamenting. And we also feel transformation happening. And it's about letting it be. When things come, letting it be. And let yourself be transformed, because that's what we want. We don't want to function the same way we have been functioning for years, because it's not really working. So here I'm going to show you the mantra, and I'm going to show you two ways that I know that you can use the mantra. One is in meditation, and the goal of meditation, every meditation, is to focus on one thing. So many meditation, you sit, and then you focus on your breath. And then the mind wanders, and you refocus on your breath. On Monday morning, I do a module. If you want to attend, it's called mindfulness and mantra meditation. So during the mindfulness part, we focus on different parts of the body, and it's very pacifying. And we focus on observing the sensation, the physical sensation, observing our thoughts, or observing our feeling. So it brings peace to people. People share that. Why? Because we focus our energy within ourselves. So chanting a mantra is the same. As much as possible, we want to focus on the sound vibration of the mantra. As much as possible, we want to focus on the sound vibration of the mantra. And then our mind is going to wander. And then when we notice our mind wandering, we don't criticize or judge. We just bring it back, because that vibration is in perfect resonance with the core of our being. And the sound vibration of those three words have the potency, the power to bring us back to that natural happiness that exists inside each of us. So I'm going to do the meditation now, and you can follow along for a few mantras just to see how it works. You can chant in unison with me, keep yourself on mute, and as I am chanting, chant with me. We are going to chant about a decade, 10 mantra, okay? Together in unison, and you can play this video again when you receive it and chant the 10 mantra. I chant every day 16 times 108 mantra on my beats. If you want to learn how to chant on beats, please contact me or contact anyone that you know chant the maha-mantra. I will be happy to teach you how to chant on beats and to send you beats. So let's chant together 10 mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You can take 1 or 2 deep breaths and observe, experience your experience. What is happening for you? Physical sensation? How are you feeling? Just observe what's happened after chanting 10 mantras. Thank you for giving yourself to the experiment. I encourage you to keep that experiment going every day. Maybe choose a timing, like I'm going to chant 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and chant like that, and learn the mantra and chant, and see what's happened after a week of practicing. And then there is another way one can chant the mantra. It's called kirtan. And kirtan is an expression, it's a musical expression of the mantra. And kirtan is usually practiced in congregation, but we can also practice it alone. And I'm going to do that now. Usually, kirtan is a call and response. There is a singer, the leader of the kirtan, lead the tune and alone. And then the group is responding back to the leader, also following the same tune. I will do the call and response in this video because Zoom doesn't work so well to do kirtan. So I'm just going to do the call and response. And I'm also going to do 5 times the call and 5 times the response. In a kirtan way, which is a musical expression of the mantra, and which is allowing us to joyfully also perform this practice of mantra meditation. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I encourage you to try it on. I did the experiment and I was satisfied with the result. And I'm continuing to use this mantra to chant every day in kirtan. I also play instruments. And if you like to learn how to play instruments, you can also contact me. And I'm very grateful for A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada for bringing this mantra to the Western world, to support people in the Western world to also know the trick of spiritual emancipation by chanting this universal mantra. And the beauty about that is most pleasure, like a pizza or vacation, or so many pleasure we are seeking, cost us a lot of hard work, a lot of like making money, spending money, hard work. And the maha-mantra is free. So take it, try it, see the result, and judge for yourself. Thank you. Namaste. Hare Krishna. Thank you for being here.